baseball is history. A walk-off home run.
And it's going to be legendary.
James Pledger wraps your day with insight, opinion, plenty of sarcasm, and of course, your calls. He'll even pour a beer out the door for his favorite story of the day. This is Extra Innings with Pledger. Now, here's Pledge.
Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Sorry, short show today. Blitz went a little long, but fantastic interview with Carrot Top to close it out for you if you were paying attention on our live stream. If you are joined now, like Miguel, Fred, I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Welcome into Extra Innings with Pledger here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, sasportstar.com, however you may be listening, whether it is that way or via our YouTube stream and Twitch at SA Sports Star. You can like, subscribe, comment along, however you want to get down on this. I appreciate everybody for rolling along with me tonight. A lot to get into. First things first, though, the Dallas Cowboys. Rex Ryan interviewed for the vacant defensive coordinator position, and you heard from the Blitz just a week or so ago, Rex Ryan's name thrown out there. That is now closer to a possible reality. How feel you about this situation? Names that we know of. Aiden Durd, internal defensive line coach, who is now also interviewed for the defensive coordinator vacancy in Seattle to be on Mike McDonald's staff. Ron Rivera, Rex Ryan, and also Ron Rivera, Rex Ryan. What failed head coach am I missing? I'm missing a failed head coach. And all head coaches are failed head coaches at some point. Rex Ryan, Ron Rivera. Geez, now this is just going to eat at my brain. Mike Zimmer. That's who I'm missing. Which one would you feel best about? And to be honest, one of these things is not like the other. Aiden Durd, who is heading to Seattle to interview for that job on Mike McDonald's staff, a young, up-and-coming coordinator turning head coach, 36 years old, youngest coach in the league next year, sees an opportunity for Aiden Durd. So Rex, Rivera, Zimmer, all head coaches. Durd getting an opportunity. These other coaches not getting opportunities anywhere else in the league. Aiden Durd is getting interviewed. Do you think there's really serious consideration for Aiden Durd with the Cowboys? And if there is, if you're being looked at by Seattle, would you not want to go to that staff instead? Knowing the potential outcome at the end of this year for the Dallas Cowboys. Quarterback on a 1-year expiring deal. Head coach on a 1-year expiring deal. Holes all over, especially on the defensive side of the ball. You've got lack of depth in the middle of your defensive line. You got lack of depth in your linebacking core. And as a matter of fact, you just don't have many linebackers in the first place. And out at corner, you've got your star corner coming off of an ACL injury. So what's that going to look like next year? We already seen with Michael Gallup, haven't returned to what he looked like prior to the injury to this point at all. Tony Pollard didn't look like himself after that injury at all. Trayvon Diggs now coming off an injury. Do you expect him to be 100% when he starts the season next year? And then Deron Bland, I know he got an All-Pro and a Pro Bowl nod and all those. He's the Defensive Player of the Year candidate. But it's a lot like the 11-pick season for Trayvon Diggs in his rookie year. It was a horrible season. Yeah, he forced a lot of turnovers. He also gave up a bunch of big plays and touchdowns. So which one? Where what do you want? You obviously want Deron Bland, who feels like he could be better, to clean up some things that will eventually help him turn into what Trayvon Diggs turned into. But those are a lot of questions on your defensive side of the ball. Now, you've got an ultimate game wrecker in Micah Parsons. That probably makes it a little bit more appetizing. But man, I look over at Seattle and I look at, Weatherspoon and Adams and Tariq Woolen and the pieces that they've added on that defensive side of the football over there. And I'm like, all right, there's a lot to work with over here to coach with a brand new 5 to 6 year deal. And there's something about youth up and coming and being a part of that. I don't know. For me, it feels like the Cowboys are going to hire, whether it's Zimmer. It feels like Zimmer personally to me, just because of the personal relationship with the Joneses. And that's what this feels like it's trending towards right now. But all of the defensive coordinators, Meister, all have head coaching experience. They want a guy that's going to command that side of the ball, that Mike McCarthy can never have to walk to that side of the to worry about it. A guy that can just be the head coach of that side of the ball. And it almost feels like he's being set up for failure. You haven't even brought in a tenured defensive coordinator like Wink Martindale, who has had success in multiple places, or a former head coach that is a defensive coordinator like Mike Vrabel. Nothing feels right. Nothing feels like it's going to make anybody feel better at the end of the day. And I'm wondering how much further Cowboy fans can push through their fandom like this, because they're going to give you just enough to kind of keep you hooked in. Look, Dak Prescott still had a career year this year. Mike McCarthy calling plays was an actual success. And you heard me on this show undress for them letting go of Kellen Moore. Cowboys look like they won with that idea. But it was more about the way that Mike McCarthy talked about Kellen Moore and what he was going to be versus what they actually were. If you say you want them to have better game feel, situational feel, okay, say that. But saying all he wants to do is light up the scoreboard and I want to run the damn ball, you're lying. He lied to everybody. Because, hey, you need to light up the scoreboard to win. It helps. Scoring more points than the other team usually puts you on top at the end of the ball game. Say you want them to run the damn ball in certain situations. I give you credit, McCarthy, for what you did this year. Knowing that the run game was not what you expected it to be and taking an immediate curve left and force feeding the ball to your best player in CD Lamb and making the offense that and built upon that. To rip up everything you said this was going to be 6 weeks into the season, throw it away, and adjust that way, that was beautiful. I give you your flowers for that. But the way you handled Kellen Moore, I think there was a better way to go about it, and I think it's clear that those two didn't have a great working relationship. This is Extra Innings with Pleasure. I am James Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. Couple of big things going on in the NBA world for the San Antonio Spurs. They start their annual Rodeo road trip tonight. It is underway as they open up things in Miami against the Heat. Currently, they're trailing 4-3, but that's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is the fact that the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow afternoon. What can, will, and should happen? Let's pontificate and try and throw some spaghetti against the wall next, right here on Extra Innings with Pleasure on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The Sports Star boys are in Vegas for the big game.
Remember, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Robin, RJ, and Jason and Joe are in Sin City and Radio Row for the big game, with security provided by AA Best Bail Bonds.
Let's go to Vegas. We'll all get drunk and
Woo! Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here!
Not up in here!
Powered by AA Best Bail Bonds, Synergenetics, Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
What's wrong, Cupid?
Chris, I've lost my mojo. These arrows just don't work like they used to. The facts are people fall in love thanks to Connecticut, not poor old Cupid.
You don't say.
Oh, absolutely. Look over there. She's got silky smooth hair thanks to a Connecticut water softener. He's got softer skin and cleaner clothes, and now they're all lovey-dovey. Makes me sick.
Don't feel bad, Cupid. You still have your bow and arrow.
I'll rub it in, Chris. I know a Connecticut runs on kinetic energy like my bow and arrow. There's no computer to break. A Connecticut has it all.
This is Chris Canepa with Connecticut and San Antonio in the Hill Country. There's a reason people love their Connecticut. Right now, I'll let you try one for 90 days, absolutely free with no contract. Just call 656-PURE.
You know, you're right, Chris. I love my Connecticut, too. My diaper has never looked so white. And my wings, oh, I look good.
Cupid, you can always come to work for me.
You serious, Chris?
But you're going to have to wear pants.
ConnecticutSA.com. Patients everywhere are experiencing joint pain relief thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. So how does this non-surgical approach work? QC Kinetics Medical Director Dr. Aaron Wolkoff explains.
Is like when you get a paper cut and the cells that come onto that scene first stop the bleeding, and then it recruits more cells to form new skin and new soft tissue. And then you look down a week later, 2 weeks later, and it's like nothing happened and that paper cut never existed.
In this same way, QC Kinetics uses your natural biologics to help repair and restore aching knees, hips, shoulders, and backs.
We take those same similar cells in different areas that are arthritic, are painful, and we cause this kind of internal self-healing that can resolve patients' pain.
Relief without surgery. See if you're a candidate for QC Kinetics regenerative treatments.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Attention all homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? It's time to replace. Fog between the glass. Time to replace. Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's definitely time to replace. If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. You can now get a free in-home window consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen, the company with the most 5-star reviews among leading full-service window replacement companies. And right now, you can save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. Just call 800-NEW-WINDOWS for your free consultation on top quality, affordable windows or patio doors for $0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for a year. That's right, you don't pay a dime for an entire year. Plus, save $359 off every window and $887 off every door. But hurry, these big dollar savings end this month. Call 800-NEW-WINDOWS right now. Don't wait. Call 800-NEW-WINDOWS. 800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Super Bowl 58 in Vegas is set. It's the Chiefs and Niners. Hear it right here on your exclusive home for the Super Bowl. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Welcome back into Extra Innings with Pleasure right here on San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM, sasportstar.com. You can also watch on our YouTube channel, sasportstar.com. Like, subscribe, comment along, follow along for everything we do. All of our videos are there. We've got a playlist on YouTube for all the 2024 big game photos, interviews. It includes today Ed McCaffrey, Daryl Johnston, Mike Lombardi, Andrew Perloff, Mike Smith, Mike McCarthy from Front Office Sports. Just great day. Even more coming tomorrow along with Tony Pollard. So be sure to like, subscribe, set the notifications, follow along. It is worth it. Now, trade deadlines tomorrow for the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm just going to break it down what I would like to see them do. I don't think it's too realistic, but I've been on this train before. If he's available, go get Lauri Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen. I also think that Tyus Jones of the Wizards would be worth a follow unless there is a big move out there like a Trae Young. Otherwise, you're going to offload some expiring deals, hopefully, like Cedi Osman, probably Devontae Graham, and Doug McDermott. That would be my guess. It'll be probably more quiet than it is busy. But before we get out of here, got a little bit of breaking news for you. According to Todd Archer of ESPN, add another name to the Cowboys defensive coordinator mix. New York Jets safety coach Marquand Manuel scheduled for an interview tomorrow. Manuel was Atlanta's defensive coordinator from 17 to 18, played for McCarthy back in 2006. He's been a Seattle, Atlanta, Philly, and most recently right now with the New York Jets. That would be massive. Young, up-and-coming safeties coach, defensive coordinator possibility. Marquand Manuel would be, I think, a very, very good get. Thanks for choosing me for Extra Innings with Pledge tonight. Sorry for the short show, but hope you enjoyed Carrot Top with the Blitz. We'll be back tomorrow, full show in tow, and trade deadline reaction all coming right here on Extra Innings with Pledge on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Have a great night, everybody.
It's the Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rind Appreciation Day celebration. Enter to win $5,000 cash, tailgating prizes, plus Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds when you pass the pigskin. Enter at porkrindappreciationday.com. That's porkrindappreciationday.com. And make sure to pick up the protein-packed bold flavors of Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds